All for joining us today. It's great to see some familiar faces in the participant log today, some folks that I've interacted with. But for those of you that do not know who I am, I want to take a moment to introduce myself. So my name is Kristina Randall, and I am the Senior Operations Manager, Head of Broker Success for Blitz. I have been here for a little over a year, but I do have in October, it'll be 21 years insurance experience in both the sales and service side. I did work for CNA in Hartford and then also worked on the independent agency side as well. Also joining me behind the scenes, monitoring the chat is going to be Jaya Hull, who is one of our broker success team leads. If you have questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat and Jaya will do her best to answer them as we go through the presentation. I would encourage you to maybe hold off because we may address some of those questions, but as we go through the content, if there's something that piques your interest or you don't see, please feel free to drop that and we will address that. And then we may do a couple of questions at the end as well that I can answer for you guys as a group. So today I'm going to be talking about the broker success team, which is the team that I lead over here at Blitz, and then what some of the support services are that we offer to our agents and brokers as well. So I hope that this is the first of many conversations that we're going to have, and we hope to do additional service centered webinars for you all over the next few months. All right, our agenda today for you is we're going to talk a little bit about our philosophy and mission. We're going to talk about who we are, so who is the broker success team. We're going to talk about our broker resource center, which is going to be the primary focus today. And then just a couple ways that you guys can interact with us as well, because we may have some agents that are not yet appointed with Blitz. So our philosophy here, as you can see on the screen, is we're all about delivering a different type of experience from what you guys have all maybe experienced in your lifetime on the E&S side. And we want to make sure that not only are we helping you guys succeed and helping you build your books of business, but that also, of course, that in addition to you, we're keeping the customers protected. We're trying to create a little bit of a different experience and minimizing those disruptions, creating as much of a seamless customer experience as we can through speed, expertise, accuracy, and collaboration as well. Our goal, again, I always talk to the team about this, but it is try to either solve your problems or improve them drastically over what you may experience elsewhere. As part of that, our broker success mission also is to make specialty insurance easier through responsive and expert service. And I welcome feedback from you all directly on how we can improve that. And if you have any suggestions, I would definitely welcome that. So please reach out. So our team is made up of a diverse group of professionals, including industry and customer service experts, as well as team members who are new to the insurance industry overall. Together as a group, we are committed to helping you guys, our agents and brokers alike, grow your book. Already talked about that a little bit, and then provide exceptional customer service to your client. The team is staffed to cover coast-to-coast coverage. So we are staffed 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. We do have a Spanish speaker available as well to help not only our native Spanish-speaking agents, but also our policyholders should they reach out for assistance directly. And then we provide you all with platform and technology support as well. So from soup to nuts, if you get stuck in the quote process, you get stuck in the binding process, you need help with an endorsement, you need guidance through an inspection or audit, or you have just general questions and need general support, we're here to help you guys. You obviously have your business production team and are building relationships with them. You may have some relationships with some of our underwriting partners, but we are here to help you in any way that we can and bridge the gap. Obviously, we're a very technology-focused company. Everything we do is online, but I want you guys to think of sometimes the technology may need that human touch, right? Where this is a very, very much so a relationship business, and my team is there to help bridge the gap between the technology and the relationship side of things. We have a variety of different ways you can contact us. We're available via phone. Like I said, we have coverage to answer phone calls live, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Email through servicing@blitzinsurance.com. And then you'll see in a moment when we go through the Broker Resource Center how you can contact us through that channel as well. Before I talk about the Broker Resource Center, I do want to just touch on training. If you have not met her or had the pleasure of speaking with her, I encourage you to reach out to Angel Brandon. She handles all of our agent and broker trainings, whether you are new to Blitz or whether you needed a refresher. We have trainings in a box that you can see here in option 1 and 2, where we will talk about, if you want the Blitz platform training, we'll talk about how to submit business, how to do self-service endorsements, navigating the portal, etc. We can talk about deep dive into products and appetite, or we can do customizable trainings, one-on-one support sessions, team trainings for your agency. Angel's goal with agency education is to ensure that we as an organization are meeting your training needs at any stage of the journey that you are at with Blitz. So I definitely, like I said, if you haven't met her or reached out to her, I encourage you to do so. Her and to schedule something. Her calendar does fill up quickly, and she takes suggestions as well. So if there's something that you would like to see specifically that and custom tailor it, please share that with her. And then in addition, we have we as an organization also host different monthly webinars. Obviously, we're on one right now, and they are hosted by a variety of folks at Blitz. So you might have somebody from underwriting, you might have somebody from product, you might have somebody from sales, now starting service, and so forth and so on. The topics vary as well. We can cover some of the same topics that were on the previous slide, or we can touch on market trends occasionally. We get into in-depth program or coverage specifics and more. And then, like I said, now we're going to be starting to put forth some more webinars tied around our service model. These are all held live, but we also save the recordings. And I'll show you, there's a link and you will get this deck afterwards, but I will show you in the Broker Resource Center as well, where you can link to the pre-record or the recorded sessions in the event that maybe you missed one of our webinars, or you guys are obviously taking phone calls and trying to service your customers. Maybe you started the webinar and had to jump off. I'll show you where you can access that library of webinars as well. All right. So now we're going to talk about the meat of today's presentation, which is, like I said, our Agent and Broker Resource Center. You know that we like acronyms, so you might hear me refer to it as the BRC. We wouldn't be in insurance if we didn't throw out an acronym or two. So just quickly before we kind of go into the live demo, this is our first version of the Broker Resource Center that I will walk you through. And I do encourage you guys, as we kind of go through it, to share feedback and keep an open mind about it, because we are going to be continuing to add content here. But the premise of this was designed to not only improve agent and broker activation and engagement by reducing the friction that you all may experience, providing you all with the tools that you need to quote, bind, and service policies independently and efficiently, right? You want to use the technology and not have to maybe constantly call for assistance. This is going to help you with FAQs and guides and video content to help you along your journey. And then it's a centralized location for us to house all of our onboarding materials, our product information, our training content, platform support all in one spot, so that you're not having to go find it in our platform or on our website. All right, so this is what it's going to look like when you guys log in on your end. And in the left-hand menu, that you will see the title here, Resources, and then you'll see Resource Center right below. It's the first link here in orange. I apologize if it's kind of small on your end, but you'll click on there and then it'll take you into the screen. The reason why I wanted to spike this out again is I'm going to be going into our admin portal, which is going to look completely different. And so I don't want to confuse anybody. And I just wanted to put that disclaimer in there that how I'm going to access it is different than what you guys see today. So for those of you that have been with us a while, you might recognize this menu option. We are still on the admin customer service side in the old original platform design. We are working on migrating it to the new one, but I just didn't want to confuse anybody by jumping into it. So again, I did say again, this is our first version of the Broker Resource Center. We do encourage you all to check back frequently as we continue to add content. You're going to hear me repeat that a couple times because I don't want you guys to come here and say, oh, this is missing, this is missing. This is our first version of this. We welcome feedback, requests, suggestions. Our goal is to make sure that we're delivering content to better assist you and make sure that we're giving you the content so you can grow with Blitz and so you can navigate with us. All right, so when you come into here, there's a couple things that I just want to point out to you. In the top right-hand corner over here, there is a platform overview and a quick start guide. I'm just going to quickly click on both of these. And so the Blitz platform overview, for those of you maybe who aren't familiar, haven't tested out our platform yet, or we're used to the original platform layout and design, this will be a good document for you to review. It walks you through navigating the platform and gives you screenshots and tells you kind of where things are in the new journey. Then there's a quick start guide of just kind of how to get in, how to set up your first submission, how to manage your applications, how to respond to information requests. For those of you maybe that have limited experience or interaction with us, in the event that your quote does get referred over to an underwriter and they have some questions, they will send an info request through the platform, and that you will get an email with it. But there's a section, there's a little bell in the top right-hand corner that will alert you and light up if you have any info requests that you can click on, and you can respond accordingly to the underwriters. And then again, we sort of reiterate getting help. Again, we are your tech and service support behind the scenes. So if you do run into any platform issues or navigating the platform, or you run into any errors, our information is on here as well. In addition to the platform overview quick start guide, we also do have videos that also correlate with those FAQs. So some people like to have the written word and some people are visual learners like myself. So these are little quick videos that walk you through how to quote and submit business, and then a little bit overview of the new platform experience and interface. Then we have the content divided into 3 groups. We have the Blitz policy lifecycle, which talks you through the different stages from quote to bind and post-bind. Then we have kind of broker support, and then we have products and training. So I'm going to slowly take you all through each of them. So in the Blitz policy lifecycle, again, just think of it as the progression as you're entering in a submission of what happens at every stage. So we are, as you can see, there's a couple of FAQs and PDFs here, as well as some links. This is going to be very similar as we go through each section, but we are trying to expose as many frequently asked questions as we can to you all, so that, again, you can just take the information, run with it. You have a one-stop shop for your questions. We understand sometimes some of you may be working on a submission after hours. We don't want you to feel like you're lost and can't continue on to the next stage of the quoting process. So that's kind of the intention here, is to put these FAQs at your fingertips so that after hours, or maybe on the weekends, for those of you that may work on the weekend, or maybe you just don't have time to call, you can sort of have your own kind of self-service platform. So again, we have a variety of different links. We have billing information, FAQs, and as you kind of scroll through and expand some of these sections, it'll give you additional information, as well as, email links and whatnot. And then again, we always split it because we do offer agency bill versus direct bill. And again, we have frequently asked questions. Again, I encourage you, I'm going to repeat myself often, that if there's something in here that you would like to see, please feel free to share that with us, because we do want this to be content that is usable and that is desired. So just keep that in mind. Let me go back here. So again, we take you through kind of what happens in the submission. We are going to be adding videos here. So that is next to come, is additional videos and screenshots and some other content here. So we do encourage you to check back frequently. Same thing with referrals. So we give you a little bit of content here as well of what is our average turnaround time. For those of you that don't know, the underwriters try to turn accounts that were referred to underwriting out in 24 hours, excludes weekends and holidays, of course. But if you ever have an urgent request or a rush request, or you're checking on the status, haven't heard anything, and it's been maybe, over 24 hours or 48 hours, we do encourage you to contact us. And again, we keep displaying this phone number because we want to talk to you. The team wants to talk to you. We're here to help you and assist you in any way. We give you a little bit of information of what triggers a referral, what are the decisioning outcomes. So again, we just kind of continue to move through here in the bind process. For those of you that know, due diligence forms are part of the E&S world. I know that everybody has a love-hate relationship with them, but we do give you sample forms so you can make sure that the form version that you're working off of is correct. So if you click on here, you'll be able to see the full gamut across all states. We do give you NACE code lookups as well to help you complete your due diligence forms. Again, we give you kind of what's the process in agency bill from a bind perspective. What are the different stages of binding? Direct bill as well. The biggest difference between direct bill and agency bill is obviously, again, the billing component of it. And then with direct bill, the payment link does not go to the customer until both the customer and the producer have signed or the documents have been uploaded. So again, this document kind of walks you through those. And again, we try to cross-link any related topics as well. So again, you'll have billing frequently asked questions, surplus lines frequently asked questions. You might see those linked in a couple different areas. Same thing with servicing. We've linked some of our servicing FAQs. We have more to upload here. So again, stay tuned as we continue to add to this library of FAQs. And then last but not least, our inspection and audit FAQs. So again, I'll just pull up the inspection one. Talks about who our vendor is, what's the contact process, the timeline, are all physical properties required at all locations? Does the insured receive a copy of the inspection report? Again, we try to anticipate all of your questions, but again, if we miss the beat on it, or if there's something else that you'd like to see, we welcome that feedback. All right, so that's kind of it on the policy lifecycle. The other thing I'll note as we go into broker support that we recognize that agents kind of look at things differently, and you guys may jump into this broker resource center, and your eyes or your natural tendencies for searching for information may pull you through different screens or different links. So one of the things with broker support, we are going to make sure that the FAQs that are linked in this Blitz policy lifecycle will also merge over here into the broker support tab, because like I said, we recognize that people may want to access it in different manners. So the two things right now in this category are how to file a claim. So we do use a third-party TPA called Blair & Co. They manage all of our claims from the reporting to the investigation to the decisioning to the payout, etc. And so we've given you guys information here from an agent perspective to report direct to them. However, if you'd like to report it through Blitz Insurance, you're welcome to do that as well. There are some helpful tips here on what to include when reporting a claim. And then obviously, again, in the event of a claim, what should a customer always do? We have some information on endorsements. Earlier this year, we released the ability for agents to process endorsements right there in the platform. One disclaimer, they are not straight through endorsements, so an underwriter does have to review it currently. We will be working on changing that. But if you like the platform and you're more of a person who wants to just do it yourself, you do have the ability now to endorse a policy online in our platform yourself. Or you can email us or give us a call, and we're happy to do the endorsement over the phone. There is an endorsement FAQ, again, just kind of laying out. And this is awesome because if you do want to attempt to do it yourself, we do have screenshots that walk you through in the new journey and new platform, where to go and what to click and how to process it. All right. And same thing with endorsements, just so you know, our commitment is 24 hours. But again, if you need a rush or you haven't heard anything, we do encourage you to give us a call, and we are happy to check on the status or push it through. And then the other thing that is here is if you do have a question, again, if you have a question, feel free to fill out this quick form and put your question there. But I would encourage those of you that are on this call to potentially check this Blitz policy lifecycle first, because there could be the answer to your question in one of those FAQs. Since we've launched this Broker Resource Center, we've had a couple questions about billing, a couple questions about the buying process, how to cancel an endorsement. Just for those of you on the phone, we just need an LPR emailed over to us and we can go ahead and cancel that for you. And then again, we do just put forth our phone number and our hours of operation and our email address for contacting us. So this was the form that I referenced earlier, where in order to contact Broker Success, we're available via phone, email, or this form. And then last but not least for right now will be the product and training resources section. So this is broken into two. So our product offering, our product portfolio, which talks about our full suite of programs that we have live. And I'll go through a few of them right now. And then the training and resources again, which I touched on, but I will show you that in a second. So when you click into our products section, we have all of our current offerings for our different programs here. And one thing that you will note, we have to update. For those of you that do know, we recently combined our commercial lesser's risk with our cannabis lesser's risk. So we have to combine those two here. Right now, they're still separated. We're working on updating that. But we'll stick with a couple of these. So builder's risk, again, you have a product sheet. And if you pull this up, it just is a quick down and dirty on what we offer in our builder's risk form. So as you can see, we have 3, 6, 8, 12-month terms. We go up to 5 million total insured value per location. States available, all states except Hawaii, Idaho, and Louisiana. Again, this is just something for us to just quickly give you an overview of the program itself. Then we also include a specimen policy form. This is a question that we get a lot from agents. So this is available now for you to pull. It's got the full suite of forms and endorsements, you name it. Like I said, it just has specimen flashed across. Then we also give you links to, if you're like, this is amazing, I want to quote a builder's risk, you can click on get a quote. It'll take you right to the partner portal where you can get a quote. We have additional FAQ as well. So if the product sheet doesn't answer your question, we have the FAQ to supplement it. You can also go out to our Blitz website, so our blitz.com website, and this will take you again to some additional information that's available for our program, our Builder's Risk program. And then we also link the webinar. So if you remember, I said earlier, some of our webinars that we've hosted are product or program specific. If we've done a webinar on this program, which we've pretty much done all of them, we will link the webinar here as well for you. Contractors, again, very similar. You'll see that a lot of these start to look very similar. So you have the product sheet, you have the specimen policy, again, get a quote, view on the website. We did launch recently access for our contractors program. So that's why you see two sections here. So we do have a separate product sheet and specimen policy here for the excess component. And then I'll just click on one more again, cannabis. Doesn't look any different than the previous ones. This one has not had a recent webinar. So once we get a recent webinar live, we'll link it here and that'll become available here as well. All right, so now I'm going to come back out and now we have training and resources, again, headed and spearheaded by the lovely Angel Brandon. You'll recognize this screen from my presentation. But what I wanted to point out here was, obviously this is today's webinar. So if you had come here, let's say on Monday and didn't realize that there was this webinar, you could click here and register right from this page. Or if you're like, oh man, let me see if there's anything else planned, or let me see what maybe has been hosted previously, you can click on see all webinars and it will take you again. You'll have the register now for anything that's upcoming, but then you'll have the suite of previously hosted and recorded webinars to watch through. They're all pretty much around 30, 40 minutes. Click on it, it'll load it here. It'll give you a little bit of a preview of the topics that are covered. And then you just click watch webinar and it'll populate it right there on your screen. All right, I am going to pivot back. And actually, let me go backtrack. So again, our first version of this Broker Resource Center, we want you to help us build this out. Please continue to check back. Please continue to share Feedback on what content would be very important and helpful, whether it's to you or your teams. We recognize some of you come from larger groups. Not all agencies are created equal. So we want to make sure that we're listening to all of you and that we're meeting all of your needs. And then, like I said, if you don't have suggestions, just we encourage you to check back frequently for updates and additional content. One of the things that I'll be working on with our marketing team is service videos, little vignettes on just snippets with service, maybe getting to know the service team as well. And then we'll have, like I said, additional content on our programs, additional FAQs that will be exposed, additional snippets, some additional videos on self-service endorsements and more. So stay tuned. And again, keep checking back with us. All right, let me flip this back to my presentation. Let me see what's going on. Hold on. There we go. All right. So while our reach in the country continues to expand and grow, almost it feels like daily, our intention obviously is always to make sure that we're delivering a hands-on personal experience as often as we can. And we've got a great team behind the scenes to help with that. If you are joining us and you're not yet appointed, I encourage you to reach out to Sam Martinez. She handles all of our new agent appointments. And then our broker success team, again, available via phone, email, or the form that I showed you. Again, we strongly encourage you all to call us for complex issues, for urgent requests, for follow-ups. Emails are great, but this is a relationship business and we love hearing from you. So we encourage you to use the 877-44 Blitz number or 442-5489. And then training, again, I mentioned Angel and the amazing stuff that she's been able to do on the training and education standpoint. Long story short, your success is our success. And together we want to just make sure that we're improving the ENS experience for all of us together. And as we wrap, I'm just going to check with Jaya to see if there is any questions that you would like me to answer from the group. Jaya, anything? Okay, it looks like she answered all the questions. We can stay on for another couple minutes if anybody thinks of any questions or if there's anything you guys want me to go back through. I am happy to stick around for a few minutes if somebody needs me to demo anything in the Broker Resource Center. So please feel free to use the chat. Otherwise, if there's people that want to bounce, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, if you have feedback, whether good, bad, indifferent, from a service perspective, I want to hear from you. And again, if you have suggestions for the Broker Resource Center, we want to hear from you as well. Anything